There are some amazing items and unlocks in Baldur's Gate 3 that you'll definitely don't want to miss. From an amazing missable weapon to the ability to respec your class, we'll go over everything you need to know in this video. And if you want to get off to the best start possible, there's actually already an amazing magic weapon you can grab in the tutorial area. It's a great sword called the Everburn Blade, and as you might have guessed, it is always on fire, meaning each attack also deals some extra fire damage on top. So a really nice early grab for a melee damage dealer like a fighter, paladin or barbarian. Now this weapon is being held by an enemy we're not actually supposed to fight yet, so instead we need to steal it from him. And luckily there's a really easy way to do that, but first we need to expand our party a little bit. Because while the fighter Lae'zel will run into you to join you, you can also recruit the cleric Shadowheart to your cause for the final fight on the Nautiloid. As you're making your way up to the helm of the ship, you'll eventually come across this room where you'll find someone stuck in a Mind Flayer pod. In order to free them, we need to operate the console next to the pod, which is missing something. So go into the room to the east, grab the Eldritch rune from the corpse at the end of it, and then head back to the console to release Shadowheart so she can join your party. Before you head into the next room, make sure to check her spellbook by pressing K and swap one of the prepared spells to command. Then head into the next room, kill the minor enemies, and make your way up to the very dangerous Commander Zalk. At 150 hit points, he's a bit much for us right now, but we can command him to drop his weapon and grab it for ourselves. As soon as one party member can get into melee range with him, quick save on Shadowheart's turn with F5. Then choose the command drop spell and use it on Zalk to see if it works. If he makes the saving throw, reload your quick save and try again. But if it does work, you can run up with a party member, grab the sword from the ground and get the hell out to continue the rest of your adventure. Credits to Krazen Guides for this trick, by the way. A link to their channel will be in the video description. Now after you escape and find yourself awake on the beach, you want to get yourself a full party as soon as possible. There are 6 potential party members you can recruit very quickly, giving you a wide range of classes and interesting personalities to add to your roster. The cleric Shadowheart can be found in 2 different locations depending on your actions on the Nautiloid. If you freed her from the pod, she'll be passed out on the beach not too far from where you wake up. If you didn't, you need to walk up a bit further until you reach the overgrown ruins waypoint next to this door. If you want another caster to add to the party, the wizard Gale can be found stuck in a portal over here on the map at the waypoint called Roadside Cliffs, so help him out and tell him to join you. The rogue Astarion can be found by traveling through the wreckage of the Nautiloid and going over here on the map, which already sets you up for a full 4-member party. And there are more party members to recruit, but if you like the video so far, be sure to drop a like as it really helps us out, and subscribe as we got more Baldur's Gate videos coming your way. Now for the rest of our potential recruits. If we move a little bit further up the road and go over to this spot on the map, you'll find 2 tieflings arguing over a creature in a cage, which, surprise surprise, is our friend Lae'zel from earlier. Now depending on how you choose to resolve this conversation, you might get into a fight, so make sure you're ready for that, and then after freeing Lae'zel, she's willing to join your group again. Now if your party already consists of 4 people, you can send her to your camp instead, which means she'll be there to talk to every time you take a long rest, and if you want to swap her in, tell someone from your current party to stay in camp for the time and ask Lae'zel to join. If you move even further up the road, you will eventually run into a goblin war party that's assaulting a settlement called Emerald Grove. Help them out with the defense, don't worry about the number of the enemies, as you will also have quite a lot of allies for this fight too, and then enter the grove after. If you go into a straight line from the entrance, you will eventually run into Will, one of the people who helped with the defense and a warlock who is also willing to join your party. And lucky for us, he also has a quest of his own that will lead us straight to our next companion, the barbarian Karlach. You need to make it through the abandoned village that's also overrun by goblins, which is located over here. When you enter, you'll trigger a conversation with some scouts guarding the village, and then you have the option to use your Illithid powers to tell them to let you pass, which will solve the problem entirely. Your other options are fighting or sneaking your way through, so just convincing them to let you pass is definitely the easiest. Then head over to the Risen Road waypoint over here and head down towards the river to find the tiefling barbarian Karlach. Once you have selected and recruited your preferred party members, it's time to head over here on the map to the abandoned chapel. There is some cool loot we can grab from here, but more importantly, we can recruit an amazing NPC for our camp that unlocks some really useful features, so you definitely definitely don't want to miss out on that. In order to get here though, we need to deal with the adventuring party outside, so sneak in to set yourself up for a surprise round and take them out. Then you can either talk your way in through the front door or create an opening for yourself by shooting down this hanging slab of stone. Take out the enemies on this floor. A great trick is to use the oil barrel and blow it up with a firebolt, and then make your way to the back room with a giant statue. Behind it is a lever that opens up a door in the main hallway that leads down another level. Be sure to pick up the set of thieves tools in front of the door, as we are going to need those in a bit. The lower level of the chapel leads into a room with 2 doors. Go to the one on the left, quick save, and then try and pick the lock with the thieves tools we grabbed earlier. If you have Astarion in your party, make sure he attempts the action, as he has some huge bonuses that will make success much more likely. And of course, if you run out of thieves tools, simply reload the save and try again. Now the next chamber has a hidden room that we want to get in, but opening it requires a successful perception check from one of your party members. Step into this corner, and as long as one of them succeeds, you can see a button appear that opens the secret room. Again, if you don't make it, reload an earlier save and try again, but don't press the button right away, because doing so will also wake up the skeletons scattered throughout the room, so before we start the fight, we want to loot them and take away their weapons and gear. Then position your party as you like, have one of them press the button and take out the undead. Now it's finally time to enter the hidden room. Open the chest here to grab yourself the Amulet of Lost Voices. This allows the wearer to cast the Speak with Dead spell at will, which can be used on slain enemies to extract more information from them. Not every corpse has a tale to tell, the ones that do are specifically marked by this ghastly glow. But don't leave yet, as there is one last secret to this tomb that you absolutely don't want to miss. If you open the giant sarcophagus, you'll be greeted by quite a surprise. There's an undead man in there. However, Withers here is actually quite friendly, and he just wants to ask you a question. Answer him, there are no wrong answers here, and when ending the conversation, he hints that you will see him again somewhere soon. And that actually happened a lot sooner than I was expecting, as the next time you return to camp, he will be there waiting for you. And he offers some very valuable services you can make use of in exchange for some gold. Unhappy with the class you picked? Well, if you pay Withers 100 gold, you can repick your starting class and redo each level up afterward, so you can even add some multi-class action into the mix as well. However, he does not allow you to respec your core stats, so make sure your new class fits with the stats you picked. If you'd rather add a whole new character to your party, Withers has also got you covered. For 100 gold, you can also recruit a hireling, which is effectively the same as your regular party members, except without the backstory. The benefit of hirelings is that there's one for each class, so while you cannot recruit a monk companion early in the game, you can most definitely pay Withers to recruit one and add her to your party. Just make sure you have a free spot in your roster, otherwise it won't work. Finally, should you ever lose a companion in battle, Withers will also revive them for you for 200 gold. So you definitely don't want to miss out on any of these options, and the best thing is, there's even more loot in that abandoned chapel. The other room on the bottom floor has a sarcophagus as well that holds the amazing Watcher's Guide spear. If you miss with this magical weapon, you automatically apply True Strike to the enemy, meaning that your next attack against it has advantage, significantly increasing your chance to hit. There is one small complication though, as the sarcophagus is trapped. There are 2 ways around this. If one of your party members spots the chest is trapped, you can try to disarm it if you have a trap disarm kit on you. If you don't, you can buy one of Aaron in the Emerald Grove. Alternatively, you can trigger the trap and then deactivate it. Leave the rest of the party out of the room and enter with the tankiest member. Then make sure you open the sarcophagus while standing as close as possible to this button, as that is what will disable the fireball spitting statues we're about to activate. Interact with the sarcophagus, immediately turn around to press the button and stop the statues from firing, and then you can safely loot away. And then you can return to the rest of your party with this amazing spear. Remember to leave a like if you enjoyed the video, and subscribe as we got more Baldur's Gate content coming your way. If you want, you can watch our previous video on all the classes in the game by clicking on the screen. I will see you in the next one. Goodbye.